Hello everyone. Welcome you all on our channel eFunda. New day, new topic. Our today's topic is instrumentation and control design basis part 12A. This video is created after when we have started the instrumentation and control engineering part 12. Now today we are taking you to the different points to be considered while doing the engineering for any discipline, in particularly to instrumentation and control. And new to our channel, then please visit to our channel eFunda. Watch all the videos created related to engineering and project topic for better understanding. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get latest updates and upload of our new videos on our channel eFunda. Let's begin with our today's topic. Instrumentation and Control Design Basis, Part 12A. Instrumentation and Control Design Basis. The design basis is the basic detail engineering design criteria for an instrumentation and a control discipline for project engineering purposes. This document is prepared based on the project specifications received from the client or the customer to ease of understanding on a specific requirement related to project or activities required to perform as part of the scope of work. This document shall be used mainly to prepare instrumentation and control engineering deliverables or a document. In other words, document covers the summary of a specific requirement listed for a ready reference as the selection or sizing guide while performing detail engineering activity. Content of instrumentation and control design basis. As part of detail and design engineering scope, first we will have first understand the input required to prepare INC design base. Input required, mainly some of the critical documents are required to prepare INC design basis are listed below. Client specification, philosophy, electrical hazardous area layout, that is a process package or a process area, facility or production deck or offshore work. Basic engineering design data, these are the input required. Typical structure, in the next slide we will see the typical content of INC design basis, which should cover typically listed requirement as a minimum, and additional information can be collected based on client or a project scope, etc. Typical content or a structure of instrumentation and control design basis. List of codes and standards and regulatory requirements. Standard. The standards can be defined as a set of technical definitions and a guideline for designer and manufacturer. For example, ANSI, API, ASTM, ISO, ISE, ISA, etc. These are the standard one can refer. Codes. Code can be defined as an accepted general guideline which uses for design, fabrication, and installation of equipment, instrument, etc. Examples are ASME boiler and pressure vessel code, BS, DIN, etc. These are the codes one can refer. Statutory requirement, laws passed by a state and or a central government. Regulatory requirement, the rules issued by regulatory body appointed by a state or central government. These are the typically points are covered under list of code, standard and regulatory requirement. Unit of measurement. System for measuring units are either in metric or imperial should be clearly defined in a design basis with respect to the system being followed in a country where plant to be built or requirements specified by the client in their technical specification or a philosophy document. Metric system is generally preferred all over the world for units of measurement except USA where imperial system being followed. One can see in a below table some of the examples of the metric and imperial unit. Here we are going to see length, mass, capacity, where one can see the units in metric and imperial. Kindly refer this table and study the units defined in this table so as to have a better clarity on the metrics and imperial unit of measurement while executing any of the design engineering project. Power supply and instrument air supply philosophy. The specific power requirement shall be provided in client specifications are as follows. Instrument air requirement. Requirements are generally specified in the input document, that is a process design basis. Generally, instrument dry air of 5 kg per centimeter square is the source of a pneumatic power to all the pneumatically operated instrument. Instrument air quality should be in accordance with NC ISA 7.0.01. One can see below table where the instrument air data and operating condition as well as the design conditions are specified. Minimum, normal and maximum conditions are given. Then the system instrument type and power supply requirement. This is for electrically operated or electrical signals are given, where various systems are covered. Distributed control system, SIS, safety instrumented system, FGS, fire and gas detection system, package control panel, that is PLC, solenoid valves, four wire transmitter, analyzer system, level gauge, transparent type, system marshalling cabinet lights and fan, and the required power supply are shown in the table. Hazardous area classification requirement. Preferred method of instrument to be specified either intrinsic safe, that is EXIA, or flame proof, that is EXD, as per the requirement given in the client specification. Generally, two wire instruments are intrinsically safe if required to be used in hazardous area. Preferred method of a protection for four wire instrument and solenoid valves are generally flame proof, that is EXD. Basic requirements related to field instruments and cables. Control system philosophy, package control system philosophy, basic installation requirement related to field instruments and a control system, their philosophy. These are the typical 9 points of instrumentation and control design basis. One should watch the video and try to understand these are the typical content or structure of the design basis, and if any specific points are required to be studied, then please go through the client specifications or project specifications. Typical content of a instrumentation and control design basis was covered in today's video for better understanding of the topic. However, please note that the content list covered was a typical as a minimum requirement, and same shall be included additional required information based on client or customer requirement. This design basis shall always be helpful to each engineering disciple while performing their detail and design engineering deliverable and plan activities as part of the project scope. With this, we are concluding on our today's topic. And if you are new to our channel, then subscribe to our channel eFunda, and don't forget to press bell icon to get latest notification to you personally. Till then, thank you and keep watching eFunda, new day, new videos.